What's up, guys? I basically just want to give you a follow-up video from my first video of tools needed as a diesel mechanic, and basically what tools I used the most since then, so you guys can get a better idea of what you may need starting off, or anything right general. Maybe you've been doing it for a long time and you're like, oh, I don't have that tool. That's a great tool to have, and hopefully I can give you some ideas of that. So I'll start off with a big pry bar. Is actually very useful. I think this is like a 42 inch or something like that. I don't remember the exact size, but let me get the part number for you right here. SPB H54. Putting wheels back on and even getting them off, like the aluminum wheels. That, for example, off a steel drum can be a pain in the ass sometimes, and prying them off with that makes it extremely simple. And getting wheels back on, you let the pry bar do the work, and you really can't even feel the weight behind it. Another great thing to get, you can get these from Home Depot, and they're fairly cheap, is a map gas torch. If you have a nut that's rusted on bad, these take care of it no problem. They get plenty hot. You don't need a oxyacetylene torch. Sometimes you do, but these, this does get plenty hot enough to expand the nut. You get it off, and they're fairly cheap. I don't know, I want to say, I know the canisters are cheap, like no more than 10 bucks. This head's like 25 for the tip, which ain't bad at all. And they last me a while. I use this thing pretty much daily, because in this industry there's a lot of stuff that doesn't want to come off, and that heats it up plenty. Get it off. Now for the wrenches, it's kind of hard to say what I use every day because there's so much different stuff going on. But I've had these, same as the last video, the gear wrenches, metric and standard. With the flex head, definitely get them. Right now I'm actually waiting on the extra long ones. The extra long set, the gear wrench. I think it goes up to like a 25 millimeter. So I'm excited to get them. Some of your offset wrenches. Same thing as the last video pretty much. I don't know if I had these are stubbies. I think I got these from Lowe's, because Lowe's is carrying Craftsman now. It was like 25 bucks or something like that for a set. It might actually be more than that, it might be like 50. But they're great. I like these a lot. I use these a lot too. I use these the most. And these Craftsman ones are from that, I think it's like the 450 piece set, which is the same that these came in. And if you're starting off, I highly recommend getting that. It's like the black box, like the carry, has a handle on top. I think it's a 450 piece set. It's a great way to start. As you see, I put these things through some daily abuse. A lot of these I haven't even used yet. 5.5 would be for your, every time I ever really use that's for a power stroke, the 6.0, like a headlight, take the headlight out. But some of these I never really used. 15/16, something like that. Normally that's 13/16. I usually use my impact sockets. These are great. I've used this a couple times. These are like what's it called? The shallow or the low profile ratchet from Snap-on, and the sockets. As you can see, let me put a socket on this. The 18 mil. They're all 12 point, but you can still use it on a 6 point, but you don't really want to crank on it. So that's the socket and the ratchet in one. Now let me get a socket to compare. So as you see, it's pretty much the size of the socket itself together. So if you got a tight area, then if you're working a lot of tight spots, then I'd highly recommend getting this. It was on sale too, so I got to buy. If you buy this, I got the standard set for free. There. Same with these. If you're doing injectors or things of that sort, you want to get yourself some of these. These are actually buy one, get one for free, metric and standard. I have not used these yet either. I was using an older set I replaced with these. For swivels, back here, an extra 10 millimeter impact swivel adapter. What else? I've rarely ever used these. These are Craftsman. They're like for rounded bolts. I don't think they really work too well, but I haven't really given them a chance yet. These Tecton, I got these off Amazon. These I highly recommend. They're great quality tools, very good. I use these literally every day. Every day. These are metric right here, that's standard. I'm actually going to get the deep metric as well, so I can have both. Let's see here. use that set. I use them every single day. And I use them with my 3/8 drive Milwaukee impact, which I'll show you. That's this drawer. This is mainly my 3/8 drawer. Try to keep all that stuff together in there. Now in here, I use these daily as well. Like say if you have a nut or something that's rounded off, these are the Channel Lock brand. They're kind of like the Nipex Cobra, pretty much the same exact thing. But these bite on anything extremely well. I take them out on the road with me anytime. That comes with it. Both of them came together from the set. I think I got them from Home Depot. What else? These Milwaukee, these are great too. The torque lock, they're great. I definitely recommend them. They're pretty cheap. Good set of dikes. These, you know, these are like the long reach from Snap-on. There's a product number, part number right there. These are great. You know, I have a junk pair, kind of, not like a junk pair, but a pair I use for the cutting stuff that I wouldn't do with my good pair. Like that. I have these right here for, you know, crimping. These are the Klein tools. Mainly for like electrical, I use that. But I also have an electrical drawer with another pair of them that I use strictly for electrical. These are for pulling hoses off. I don't use these too often, but you know, when I need them, I got them. And this came as a set of 3. There's the numbers for that. Oh, I think there's actually, yeah, there's the numbers. But they came as a set of 3. You got your small, medium, and large. So that drawer. Now for screwdrivers. This is a Craftsman set. I use everything in here pretty frequently as well. That's for sure. Harbor Freight picks for 99 cents. I was like, I can't beat them. I bought a couple packs of them. Here, this is my Ratchet drawer. The one I use the most. I mean, this is a 3/8 right here. It's not really, the point of having such a long handle is for, you know, hard to reach spots. Because you don't really want to be, you will break the anvil off of them, which I have done because I was cranking on something real hard. It was like kind of like a job for a 1/2 inch. I broke that. I really like this ratchet as well, with the swivel head. I have not used it yet, but I plan to. I got some old like vintage Snap-on stuff in here, sockets. What else do we got? This is mainly like my 1/2 inch drawer and just, you know, all around bigger stuff. How's this camera focusing? Now, in this, I mean, I guess you can justify buying one of these if you do it a lot, but you know, if you're doing, you know, you're taking a lot of hubs off and things of that sort, you got to torque down the nuts. This is the Snap-on. This is a 3/4 inch drive torque wrench. Look out for it. This thing is absolutely huge. I do use this a lot, as you see. It's fairly new too, but I use this, you know, a couple times a week. I asked myself, do I really need that? And I mean, kind of. Let me see if this will focus. That's the part number L872. It goes from, I think, 200 foot-pounds up to 600 foot-pounds. And we have a smaller one in the shop, but it's like a foot shorter, so, you know, it's hard. You're actually trying to torque stuff to 600 foot-pounds with a torque wrench that's a foot shorter than this. That thing's an absolute monster. And it's great. I mean, torquing stuff to 600 foot-pounds is pretty easy with that. Now for here, I still got the same Harbor Freight sockets that I do. You really can't go wrong with their sockets. These are the impact sockets. I think these are like the professional ones. But I've still yet to broke one. And as you see, let's see, what's the real, I mean, I use a 15/16 a lot, especially for like brake chambers and mounting bolts. You see there, but they wear just as much as like a Snap-on socket does. This is a 33 mil for getting off lug nuts. So there's really nothing wrong, especially with Harbor Freight sockets. I beat the shit out of that one. Even the ratchets, I mean, my ratchets I have are still kicking to this day. Harbor Freight. And I put them things to reviews as well. There's a Snap-on. These are the Extractor Set. You know, I'd highly recommend this if you round off a bolt and try to get it out. I use these a lot, as you see. They have the shallow set and the deep one, but I prefer the deep, so I have it. I got these from Harbor Freight as well. There's certain drain plugs or oil pans have, you know, require that. So you definitely want to get some of them. I think I pointed these out in the last video. Your Driveline Sockets, 1/2 inch, 3/8. Right here, that's the 12 mil. And here's the 3/8. And it'll pretty much cover all your trucks that you need. Freightliner, Kenworth, International, and all that. Get yourself a 1/2 inch torque wrench as well. I use both of these pretty frequently. Another thing, if you're doing a lot of brake jobs for the newer style slack adjusters, like the automatics, get yourself some of these. You can find them cheaper on Amazon. I forget who else makes them, but I think that's the part number right there. BT4651-2. But yeah, these come in handy. I use these a lot. I try to just keep them clean. You can see there's a bunch of grease and stuff packed in them. What's the number of this? Should be the same, but like -1, I believe it is here. Get some of them. These are for cat drain plugs. This camera's going crazy though. 6.5 socket. Here's a 1/2 inch to 3/4 to 1 inch drive. Yeah, so I can use that, and with my 1 inch drive sockets to torque down lugs and whatnot. But you know, for my daily use out of here is this ratchet. I use a lot. The Snap-on 1/2 inch. I use this a lot. All these sockets on a daily basis. Driveline sockets most of the time. These, definitely these brake tools. You want to get yourself some of them. This 33mm 1/2 inch drive. I use that a lot as well on my Milwaukee 1/2 inch drive gun. That thing takes off lug nuts with ease. I mean, that's a great tool. But that's pretty much what I use out of here on a day-to-day basis. And these Snap-on extensions, I use them a good amount too. What else do we got in here? Now, if you're doing brakes again, like I said, you 100% want to get yourself one of these. This is like a spring tool for removing and putting your springs back in. And here's the part number for that, if this will focus. BT518, I believe it says on there. 100% get yourself one of these if you're doing brakes. And if you want a video on how to use stuff like this, I will post one up, because you can do a brake job and I'll do brakes all around in about a half an hour tops. And this thing makes it extremely easy. There's a stud extractor. They're cheap on the truck, so I grab one of them. Use my hammers on a daily basis, of course. I definitely, I use this every day. There's a lot of brake jobs. I use that every single day. Same wrenches that I had here. I go up to 1 5/16. What else? This, if you're doing wheel seals a lot, this doesn't work with all types, but when you need it, it works great. I don't use this that often, but it's Blue Point. Support number. What's we got in here? This stuff, I generally don't grab these. Maybe once a week, if there's a hydraulic repair or something of that sort. This thing is great, actually. It's a grease joint revitalizer. It's not something I use all the time, but if I'm doing S-cam bushings or something like that, I want to make sure everything's cleaned out of there. And what you do is you fill it up with like a low viscosity oil, and then you hit it with a hammer, and it blows out everything. For like Zark fittings, of course. There's that tubing cutter or hose cutter. I would get one of these as well. YA1000A for that. Out of here, things I use on a daily basis. Different oil filter wrenches. You can find these on the truck. I got this at AutoZone, I believe, and I've had this thing for years and still works great. Some of them. Down in here, just kind of random stuff, Sawzall and just whatever else. Now for electrical, these Klein, the catapult strippers are amazing. You can get these at Home Depot. I've had these for years, many years, and they still work great. Here's my Klein tools. That's strictly for electrical. Torch, the Snap-on torch. I mean, it's okay. It's not really what it's cracked up to be, but it's alright. It does pretty well. But I use this stuff very frequently. We got here it's just a junk drawer, zip ties for color coding, panel poppers. Now over here, if you're doing a lot of brake jobs, like I said, I have not used this one yet, but I've used a couple. Some of my friends and stuff, their co-workers. So I finally picked one up myself. Like when you're doing a brake job and the brake anchors get stuck, a lot of them the brake anchors or the sleeve itself in there, like the bushing gets stuck in there. And you either got, you're not supposed to really heat up the spiders at all because they're, you know, they're cast and you really don't want to heat them up. So this is the best way to go about it. This is the tap one for, okay, I just popped off. This is the tap one, is truck anchor press. I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for. But anyways, yeah, these do work great. I just picked this up the other day, and yeah, I can't wait to use this one. Comes with 3 different adapters. One's for pushing out your anchor pin and the bushing together. One's for just pushing out the anchor pin. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this handle back on. Anyways, that's that. So I would definitely recommend get one of these. They're a little expensive. I think I got it for like 300 bucks. Some people said they paid $5, which is kind of ridiculous. But for 300 bucks, I really couldn't pass it up. I got that. This is just kind of like random wrenches. 15/16. I use that daily. That's pretty much it out of there. And here, you get yourself a good air hammer. And now, if you're doing clutch brakes, they sell clutch brake removal tools. You can buy them online, but they're pretty expensive. But I have a bit somewhere. I don't know where it's at exactly. But what you want to do is get a chisel bit like this and cut like a U in it, so you can get up around the clutch brake and hammer it off from there. But you don't want to do it too deep, because if you do it too deep, the sides are going to hit the input shaft before you actually cut all the way through your clutch brake. So yeah, it's a very simple trick you can do. Cut like a U in a chisel bit, and so you can just cut your clutch brake right off. That's that. There's the air hammer. I use that thing a lot. And here, some screwdrivers, snap ring pliers. Or if you're going to be doing slack adjusters and S-cams, get yourself a good set of snap ring pliers. I use these a lot, very frequently. These screwdrivers, I got these so cheap. I don't really use them too often, but I just picked them up because they were so cheap. It's a bottle opener. Now this drawer opens, probably gets open like 100 times a day. 1/2-inch high torque gun. Highly recommend getting that. Now, this thing takes lug nuts off like with ease, so I can't wait. I'm gonna get the 1-inch gun soon. Here's your mid torque 1/2-inch drive and 3/8. I use all these every single day. The cutoff wheel, I use that very frequently. The snap on, the long reach ratchet, and there's your Milwaukee one. Everything in this drawer I pretty much pick up every day. Besides that, I don't use that too often, but pretty much every day for that type of stuff. You want to get yourself a good multimeter. This I showed you in the last video. Definitely get yourself a good multimeter. I use that pretty often. Power probe. And you don't need the tech angle torque wrench really if you're just starting off, but I got one. They work good. They're very accurate. Get yourself a good test light. Well, that's pretty much everything I use every day. You're gonna get your batteries, chargers, and actually this job site fan from Milwaukee works great. This thing's a lifesaver. I bring it on the trucks with me, and it just sits there on highs. This thing kicks in. It really does. I had it on low the whole time I was sitting here. This is kind of just like my junk box. I just throw whatever in. Old pliers, what's in there? Gloves, knee pads. Here's an old Snap-on book. I don't know if it's like 40s or 50s. But yeah, it's all random stuff in here. But yeah, that's pretty much what I use on a daily basis. Pry bars. You want to get yourself some good pry bars. I don't think I missed anything. But yeah, if you're starting out, just don't kill yourself. Go to Harbor Freight, get your sockets, things of that sort. I really couldn't justify spending $2,000 on sockets when I can go spend $100 and get every single socket I need, and they still work great. I use them every day. Yeah. See, this is what I got. I'm still kind of building. I don't want to get too crazy yet. But I have been doing this for a couple of years. And I think I got a pretty good setup so far. But there's always room for growth. I kind of get like, I don't just go and like, oh, I want that. Like I get what I need. Like if I'm like, if I had to borrow somebody's tool, I'm like, okay, I want to buy that since I had to borrow it. So I'm probably gonna need it again. What else? Some heel bars are good too. Get some of them. I want to get some screw extractors as well. And a good tap and die set. I lost my other one, believe it or not. that's pretty much everything I'd suggest to get right off the jump. How does this go back on? Alright guys, let me know what you think. If you want to see any, I want to do a review on this as well soon. The next brake job I do, I want to do a review on that. And if you want to see a review on anything else, let me know. I'm going to be getting a 1-inch gun soon, so I'm going to do a review on that as well. So, alright guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment below and subscribe, and I'm going to have more videos soon. See you guys.